Have you ever wondered if you're truly being productive when you're multitasking? That's the question that keeps popping up, isn't it? We live in a world that worships the art of juggling multiple tasks, where being busy is often seen as a badge of honor. But here's the catch: multitasking is a grand illusion. You might feel like a productivity superhero tackling emails while on a conference call, and simultaneously planning your weekend getaway. But the truth is, it's more like spinning plates. You're not really getting more done, you're just switching rapidly between tasks. And each switch comes with a cost, a mental toll that leads to decreased productivity and increased stress. In fact, studies have shown that multitasking can reduce productivity by as much as 40%. That's nearly half of your workday lost to the illusion of multitasking. So, if multitasking isn't the answer to productivity, what is? Enter the art of single tasking. In this fast-paced world, where multitasking has become a buzzword for productivity, we often lose sight of a simple yet effective technique: single tasking. This might sound like an archaic concept in times of high-speed internet and instant gratification, but single tasking has enormous potential to improve our work quality, concentration, and overall satisfaction. So, what exactly is single tasking? Well, it's quite straightforward. Single tasking involves focusing on one task at a time, pouring all your attention and energy into it until it's complete. Think of it like shining a spotlight on a stage performer. When all the lights are focused on one individual, the performance is clear, sharp, and detailed. The same principle applies to single tasking. Now, let's contrast this with multitasking. Imagine watching a split-screen television where each screen is playing a different show. Your attention is divided and you're not fully engaged with any of the programs. The result? You miss critical details, make more mistakes, and feel less satisfied. This is the reality of multitasking. It might seem like you're doing more, but in reality, you're accomplishing less. Single tasking, on the other hand, is like watching one show at a time. You can absorb every detail, understand the nuances, and truly enjoy the experience. The result of single tasking is not just better work quality, but also a deeper sense of satisfaction and fulfillment. But it's not just about work. Single tasking can improve our overall well-being too. By focusing on one task at a time, we reduce stress and mental clutter, leading to a calmer and more centered mind. In the end, it's about quality over quantity. It's about doing one thing at a time and doing it well. So the next time you're tempted to juggle multiple tasks, remember to focus, take a deep breath, and embrace the art of single tasking. Now, you might be wondering, what are the real benefits of single tasking? Let's delve into the numerous benefits of single tasking. Imagine you're an artist standing before a blank canvas. Your brush dips into a single color, and with each stroke, a masterpiece begins to form. This is the essence of single tasking, a method that allows you to fully immerse yourself in one task, giving it the undivided attention it deserves. One of the most significant benefits of single tasking is increased focus. When we juggle multiple tasks, our attention is scattered and we can't give our best to any of them. But when we single task, we channel all our energy into one endeavor, allowing us to dive deeper, think clearer, and work smarter. Take, for instance, the process of writing a novel. If you're simultaneously checking emails, scrolling through social media, and planning your weekend, your story will likely suffer. But if you dedicate a block of time solely to crafting your narrative, your characters will come alive, your plot will thicken, and your words will flow like a river. That's the power of focus. Next, let's talk about the improved quality of work. When we single task, we can fully engage with our task at hand. This engagement allows us to produce work of a higher standard. It's like baking a cake. If you're trying to watch a movie, answer phone calls, and bake all at once, you may end up with a burnt cake. But if you concentrate solely on your baking, measuring each ingredient with care, you're more likely to end up with a delicious, well-baked treat. Reduced stress is another fantastic benefit of single tasking. Multitasking often feels like a high-speed chase, with each task vying for our attention. This can lead to overwhelm and stress. But when we single task, we take control. We decide what to focus on and when. We swap the high-speed chase for a leisurely stroll through the park. By doing less, we achieve more and with less stress. Finally, there's the satisfaction. There's something incredibly gratifying about completing a task to the best of our ability. When we single task, we can take the time to appreciate the fruits of our labor, but we can stand back, admire our work, and bask in the satisfaction of a job well done. It's like finishing a jigsaw puzzle. Each piece we place brings us one step closer to the final picture. And when that last piece slots into place, the sense of accomplishment is unparalleled. So, we see that single tasking can lead to increased focus, improved work quality, reduced stress, and greater satisfaction. It's a method that allows us to fully engage with our tasks, to give them the attention they deserve, and to produce work that we can be proud of. But how can you make the shift from multitasking to single tasking? Transitioning from multitasking to single tasking might seem daunting, but it's simpler than you think. This shift requires a change in mindset and a willingness to let go of the idea that doing more at once equals efficiency. Let's start with your environment. It's crucial to eliminate distractions. This means turning off notifications on your phone and computer, closing unnecessary tabs, and creating a space where you can focus solely on the task at hand. This might be a quiet room in your house, a coffee shop, or even a park. The key here is to find a place where you can commit to single tasking. Next, let's talk about time. Try dedicating a specific amount of time to a single task. Use a timer to create a sense of urgency. This method, often referred to as the Pomodoro technique, involves setting a timer for 25 minutes, focusing solely on your task for that duration, then taking a 5-minute break before starting again. This can help train your brain to focus on one task at a time and resist the urge to multitask. Remember, it's essential to start small. If 25 minutes seems too long, start with 10 or even just 5 minutes of single tasking. Gradually increase the duration as your focus improves. Another helpful strategy is to prioritize your tasks. Not all tasks are created equal. Some are more important or time-sensitive than others. By identifying your most critical tasks and tackling them one at a time, you can ensure that your focus and energy are spent efficiently. Finally, be patient with yourself. Transitioning from multitasking to single tasking is a process. It's okay to struggle or to have days where your focus isn't as sharp. What's important is that you're making an effort to improve your productivity and work quality. To wrap up, transitioning from multitasking to single tasking involves creating a distraction-free environment, dedicating time to single tasks, starting small, prioritizing tasks, and being patient with yourself. Remember, practice makes perfect. So, are you ready to embrace the art of single tasking? It's a bit of a paradigm shift, isn't it? Instead of juggling multiple tasks at once, imagine focusing on just one task at a time. It's like zooming in on a single piece of a jigsaw puzzle, giving it your full attention until it's perfectly in place. Let's quickly recap what we've covered. We debunked the multitasking illusion, shedding light on the fact that it's not an efficient way to get things done. Instead, it can lead to errors, stress, and even burnout. We then introduced the single tasking solution, a method that allows you to channel your energy and focus onto one task at a time. By doing so, you can give each task your undivided attention, leading to higher quality work and a deeper sense of satisfaction. We also delved into the benefits of single tasking. Not only can it improve your work quality and concentration, but it can also enhance your well-being. less stress, more productivity, and a heightened sense of accomplishment. Finally, we touched upon how to transition from multitasking to single tasking. It may take some practice, but the rewards are worth it. Start small, perhaps with a single task each day, gradually increasing as you become more comfortable with this approach. Now, it's your turn. Give single tasking a try. Whether you're working, studying, or pursuing a hobby, try dedicating a set amount of time to focus solely on one task. You might just find that you're more productive, less stressed, and overall more satisfied with your work. Remember, productivity isn't just about doing more things at once. It's about doing one thing at a time. Well, see it as an opportunity for growth, a chance to improve not just your work, but also your overall well-being. And with that, we wrap up our exploration of single tasking. It's a compelling approach that offers a host of benefits. It's not about working harder, but smarter. Remember, productivity isn't about doing more things at once. It's about doing one thing at a time. Well,